This is day 58 of communication practice with ChatGPT, and I want you to just be a short mock interview. Evening, ChatGPT.
Chào Ngọc, tất nhiên rồi. Mình sẽ
Hey,
đặt một vài
speak in
câu.
English, please.
Sure thing. Let's start with a quick question. Can you
Okay.
tell me about a time?
Okay. So first I want you to ask me some kind of difficult behavior question, since this is the final round with HR. And okay, so let's make it quick. And I want to focus on some question like why do you leave here I get a list of questions. So what do you think about this? So I want to ask a question like why do you want to work for our company? What are you looking for? Why do you want to leave? What is your biggest achievement so far? What is your biggest challenge? What is your salary expectation? What do you know about the company culture and value? And why do you want to work for this role? And uh, okay, so let's start with those first.
Got it. Let's dive right in. Here's the first question. Why do you want to work for our company? After you answer, I'll give you quick feedback and then we can move on to the next one.
Okay, so what I'm looking for in the new environment is two things. The problem itself should be challenging and interesting at the same time. And I know that at your company, we are making significant impact on billions of users globally with a huge amount of data every day, and that really spark joys in me and make me want to um, merge myself and contribute to that problem, to solving that problem. And second thing, I would look for a new opportunity is the human aspect. I would want to love. I would want to work with high standard people, uh, with collaborative, and so basically that's how we raise our bar for the team. So, and I know that at your company as a giant, there are a lot of people like-minded with me, so that we can um, collaborate with each other for a better goal. And that's why even at my current company where I get nominated and recognized a lot, I still want to take a leap because I'm not because I can realize my learning curve is getting slower, and I want to contribute my skills, knowledge, and expertise into the new chance, new opportunity.
Great answer. You highlighted your motivation to tackle challenging problems and contribute to impactful work. You also connected your desire for growth with the company's environment, which is a strong point. One suggestion, try to make your response a bit more concise and structured. For example, you could say, I'm looking for a place where I can solve challenging, impactful problems and collaborate with top-tier talent. Your company's global reach and high standards align perfectly with my goals. Overall, well done. Let's move to the next question. What is your biggest achievement so far?
Okay. Um, I have uh, nominated and many rewards during my during my working experience, but I consider my biggest achievement in my work was um, to was not missing any committed deadline and bring and enable and bring many line of products online so that we can significantly bring and gain uh, hundreds of billion of Việt Nam đồng revenue to the bank. And so by doing that, we have to work hard, and the requirement was ambiguous and blurry at first, so we have to spend more effort working overtime uh, and be responsible for enable those line of business mm, to production and really serve the bank directly, and that's what mm, mm, I mean that's why we are the best team in the division uh, last year, and I am also get the employee of the month and outstanding employee developer in the quarter, and that small evidences make me feel proud and make me feel achieved in that in my role. So
Nice job highlighting your achievement. Emphasizing how you met tight deadlines and delivered significant business value is impressive. It shows both your dedication and the tangible impact of your work. To make your response even stronger, try to streamline it a bit and highlight one or two key metrics. For example, you could say, my biggest achievement was leading a project that brought multiple products online, resulting in hundreds of billions of VND in revenue for the bank. This achievement was recognized with several awards, including Employee of the Month. This keeps it clear and impactful. Ready for the next question. Why do you want to leave your current role?
okay, like I already said, I can feel I have been at Techcombank for more than 3 years, and I can feel that my learning curve is getting slower. So even if even that though I get a lot of nomination and recognition at my current role, I still want to aim for something bigger, some problem that is more global with more impact and um, more global environment. So that's why I want to contribute my expertise and my skill and knowledge to this opportunity.
Great response. You clearly communicated that you're seeking growth and more impactful challenges. It's good that you mentioned your desire for a global environment and greater impact, as it shows ambition and alignment with the new role. Just a quick tip, keep it positive and future focused, which you did well here. You're showing that you're not leaving due to dissatisfaction, but rather because you're ready for the next step. Let's move on to the next question. What are your salary expectations?
I know before answering that, I I know that this is we are building a new team, and I'm willing to contribute my expertise to the team, and I willing to focus and in the fast-paced environment. So I'm curious about the compensation band for this role at your company.
Good approach. It's smart to express your willingness to contribute while also inquiring about the company's compensation range. This way, you keep the conversation open and show that you're flexible and interested in a fair offer. If you want to add anything, you could mention a range based on your research, but this response is a solid way to gauge their offer first. Ready for the next question. What
Let,
do you know about?
let's say you are really stubborn and you want to know my initial number. So please continue hash pushing me. to get that information.
Got it. If you're pressed for a specific figure, you can say something like, based on my experience and the industry standards, I'm looking for a range of X, insert range here. However, I'm open to discussing it further once I understand more about the role and the total compensation package. This shows that you've done your homework and have a clear expectation, but you're also flexible and open to negotiation. Let's move on to the next question now. What do you know about the company culture and values?
Okay, I mm, according to my research, I know that the company mission is to be the most digitalized firm in the world that bringing impact to everyone. And about the company, that's our company mission, and the company strategy is focusing on some aspect like thrive, trust, uh, talent, travel, and etc. And that is what I am actually. That is pretty clever to focus on both tech and trust and talent. Those three aspects really inspire me. So, so that's what I actually want to ask. So, how can you implement trust in your organization?
Your answer shows that you've done your homework and understand the company's mission and strategy. Highlighting the focus on technology, trust, and talent is spot on. Asking how they implement trust in their organization is a great follow-up question because it shows your genuine interest in their values and how they operate. It also positions you as someone who's thoughtful and invested in their culture. Overall, you did a fantastic job connecting your research to your own motivations. Ready for the next question. Why do you want to work for this role?
Okay, so the data engineering role is, so I have been through some comprehensive roles in data domain, including AI engineer, business analysis, business intelligence analysis, data governance analysis, and so by being through all these roles, I can feel that my my heart belongs to data engineer, since it is very tangible to enable data platform and framework that support all the other roles and other downstream job. Essentially, you have to have quality data for all the downstream operations to run. So that's really so data engineer really sparks joy in me, and that's why I invested many time and effort on this.
Excellent. You conveyed your passion for data engineering and how it ties together all your previous experiences. Highlighting the critical role of data engineering in supporting other functions and ensuring data quality shows you understand the big picture. It's also great that you mentioned your dedication and the effort you've invested in the field. This makes it clear why you're the right fit for the role. Overall, you presented a compelling and personal reason for wanting this position. Great job.
Yeah, I am ready for the next question.
Perfect. Let's go with this one. What is your biggest challenge so far, and how did you handle it?
Okay, so at my current company, um, our work is quite intense. So we have tight deadline that we have to overcome, and there was a time when we have to enable one one new line of business uh, within two sprint, and given that we didn't have a business analysis, and the resource of tester is really lacking. So what I did was I looked at the big picture and see where can and break down these tasks to know what should come before what and what can be prioritized more. So after finishing that, the other people can continue working on their role. So what I did was I I act as a business analyst and I work with the data architecture and the source system to define the data mapping document so that we can ingest data efficiently. And I am the developer as well to enable those jobs to convey the source to the data lake. And then after building the job, I also work as a tester to fake the data and support them with the UAT test. So basically during those time, the deadline was tight, and I wear many hats, and I even spent much effort and work overtime for the deadline to finish. And it turns out the result was super good. We have uh, enabled the new line in near real time that actually save our conversion rate by 3%, and we still operate though that pipeline till now. And the lesson that I learned is that by having a goal, we can actually achieve what seems to be really difficult if we focus and if we reach out of our comfort zone. So that's my story.
Impressive. You did a fantastic job detailing how you handled a challenging situation by wearing multiple hats and stepping up to ensure the project's success. It clearly shows your problem-solving skills, dedication, and ability to handle pressure. Mentioning the concrete outcome, like improving conversion rates by 3%, adds a strong impact to your story. You also reflected on the lesson learned, which is a great way to wrap up your answer. Overall, this is a strong and well-rounded response. Great job.
Thank you.
You're
um
welcome.
yeah, continue.
All right, let's move on to the next question. What is your biggest achievement so far?
I have already told you that.
Right, my mistake. You already covered that. Let's try another one. What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Okay. uh so I can tell you three strengths of mine. First, I have skill and experience and expertise in building in the job so that I can work on. So and that is I also have a proven track record of accomplishing those showing those expertise in my current role. So we actually make big impact due to enabling end-to-end data pipelines and bringing billions, hundreds of billions of Vietnam đồng to the bank. Second, I I have um, a continuous learning spirit and highly adaptability. So in my previous role, when I first joined Techcombank, I didn't know cloud technology. I didn't know about big data. So I learned a lot. I take courses. I even applied for multiple AWS certifications within a very short period of time. So it shows that I really love to learn and learn fast to adapt with the work. And final thing is that I believe I am I can bring invincible value to the team. I am a team player and I love to take initiatives. For example, I I realized that our tester doesn't know much about big data and file object storage. So I took an initiative to host a sharing so that they can know what we know and we can on the be on the same page so that our working with each other is more efficient. and and I can realize that uh, before they have to request us to do the generate data testing data for them, and now I have encouraged them to take the ownership of their work and be more competent in the in the generating data themselves. And also I guide BA about the window function if she didn't know. And I also took some initiatives in creating a summarized documentation, since we have a lot of flow to follow and a group of tech that have to be online. uh, so that basically why what my strengths. And about the weakness, i I sometimes um, talk without considering about the other's feeling. So sometimes I just think that I am giving the advice, and my advice is quite accurate and good and factual, but the listener is not in the mood of listening, and they might not receive my message. So that's why I am taking a communication course. I spend time and effort on improving my communication so that I can work with the team more efficiently. So that's my strength and the weakness.
That's a well balanced answer. You highlighted your strengths effectively: your technical expertise, continuous learning mindset, and team oriented initiatives. These points paint a picture of you as a skilled, adaptable, and proactive team player. Acknowledging your weakness and the steps you're taking to improve shows self awareness and a commitment to growth. Overall, it's a strong and honest response that highlights both your capabilities and your willingness to improve. Great job.
Yes. So I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for mock interviewing with me.
You're very welcome. You did great today. If you ever want to practice again or need more tips, just let me know. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, bye.